All right. Welcome everyone to Showtime Lycan. Hope you guys are having a great night. Hope you've been having a great week. It is August 26th, 2026. So, yeah, it's a lot of crazy shit's been happening around the internet, in real life. People are dying. You got celebrities dying now. You got Dolly Parton dying. You have Tim Curry dying. Hayden Panettiere died last week. So many celebrity deaths. Um, One thing about Dolly Parton, I mean, I don't think anyone needs me to express this, but I feel like expressing it, so I'm gonna. Somebody said, actually, a lot of people have said this. I've seen this is a very common thing people are saying on the internet. They said, everybody loves Dolly Parton. Uh, she's one of the people that has like no enemies and everyone loves her and she's unanimously liked by people. I just want to say that I was not one of the people who unanimously liked her. I didn't hate her. I didn't dislike her either. So don't get me wrong. I had no strong feelings towards Dolly Parton one way or the other. I don't know if I'm alone in this, but I just had to say it just to get it off my chest that I did not have strong feelings for Dolly Parton. I'm sorry that she died. She did leave behind a theme park in her name, which is probably one of the best legacies you can possibly leave behind. So I don't feel sorry for her. It's sad when someone dies, but I mean, if I had to feel sorry for someone, I guess I'd feel more sorry for Tim Curry because he's kind of been in like a wheelchair and stuff, and he had like a massive stroke, like what was it, like 10, 15 years ago or something. He's been in bad shape for a long time. So I mean, I felt more bad for Tim Curry. Also, I have more things with Tim Curry that I actually like Home Alone 2. I love Tim Curry in that. He's great as the concierge. His evil smile in it, it just makes me laugh. Him in Clue is amazing. If anyone's seen the movie Clue, I love the movie Clue. I know he did Pennywise in that It TV special or whatever, but I was not wasn't a huge fan of that rendition. But yeah, for the most part, I would say Tim Curry's. I feel more with his passing than Dolly Parton. But it is what it is. Everyone's gonna feel the way they want to feel about it. I understand people really like Dolly Parton's music, which cool, good for you guys. Yeah, Patty loved Dolly. Bill liked some of her music. Park will keep going. Yeah, the park's gonna keep going. They probably have like a board of trustees or something. I don't know. Yeah, Tim Curry was really funny. People really liked what is that one movie called? The one from the 70s. It's like Rocky Horror Picture Show. That's like people's like favorite Tim Curry thing for a lot of people. Comes in threes. Okay. Yeah. I already talked that out with Tammy earlier. Let me say hi to everyone in the chat and then we'll kind of get started with shit. Jenny, welcome. Gloria, Bill, Tammy, Patty, Wendy, welcome. Jenny loves the Rocky Horror Picture Show. There you go. I was indifferent with her either way. Yeah. Yep. But hey, Witchy Nicole. She can't stay. Have a great show. Thank you. Thank you, Witchy. Appreciate that. Yeah, I don't know if I even really like feel like streaming tonight, honestly. I already had a stream earlier on Scareticulous. I don't know if people knew that or not, but I did. But yeah, I know that there's other stuff happening with like the court stuff. This cuckold wants to keep making waves and being a little biatch with his comments, his snide remarks. I know that's a thing. I might decide to maybe respond to that at some point, because apparently he's been making his little comments, and yeah, I might decide to respond to that, because if he gets to keep talking, then I should be able to keep talking, right? I mean, he's trying to basically shut me up. He's been trying to shut me up this whole time. So, how about this? How about this? This is how this is going to go. For as long as this court thing is going on, I'm going to keep responding. I'm not going to stop responding. I'm not going to stop defending myself from accusations and bullshit. If he wants to tie me up in court and waste my time with hearings and filings and all this bullshit that keeps getting filed like day after fucking day, then I'm going to respond, when I want to respond. Yeah, Bill's not going to shut his mouth. We know that much. I am in my right to respond. I absolutely fucking am. No, we know you're not quiet, Tammy. I don't think you're capable of being quiet, to be honest. But it is what it is. We all have our things in life. You know what he says now? He says that we're trying to destroy him. That's what he's saying. We're trying to destroy him by trying to get the case dismissed, because we don't have a right to try to get the case dismissed or to file motions. All of that, apparently, according to him, was done in an effort to destroy him. That's how stupid he is. So if you're going to say stupid shit like that, then I'm going to respond. But I remind you, you have discouraged me from doing that. True. And I do not like that comment you made. Be glad I don't shut up. Well, you don't have to like everything I say, Tammy. You just have to accept it. And acceptance is a big part of life. Appreciate it. How many times has he said he was tired of all this? Right. He said he was tired of it, but it's like he's the one keeping it going. Right. He's the one who won't drop the cases. So in my estimation, it's like you're destroying yourself. If you feel destroyed, it's because of your own actions. You are destroying you. No one is destroying you but you. So, I mean, I don't feel sorry for you. I don't feel sorry for you, because you're the one who keeps this case open and you keep it going, and you want to just railroad over everybody else's rights, and no one else gets to defend themselves in court except for you, apparently. Right? That's how you want to handle this. Hello, our Blessed Lady of TikTok. Welcome. That's a very unique name, our Blessed Lady of TikTok. This is your Alucard, right? That's what you go by. What's up with the court talk? You're being sued or something? Yes, I'm being sued by a cuckold in California. This guy who doesn't like being commentated on. He sues people just for commentating on him. And that's no joke. Like just literally just commentating on him, he will try to sue you. And so that's what he's trying to do now. He hasn't gotten his way yet, but this is what he's been trying to do for like a year or so now. Maybe criticism. So comments. Okay, now it's working. He feels so overwhelmed that he's the one who filed this, right? And the guy filed a oh, you can't hear me because, yeah, I think the internet cut out or something for a sec. Satirical name mocking the Lindsay Clancy TikTok phenomenon. Ah, gotcha. Yeah, that's what I was going to go over today. Hey, Taco. I think this judge will drop the cases for him. She don't have time for YouTube back and forth. Well, I sincerely hope so. There is an upcoming hearing for October 7th that has pretty much been it's been put forward by the judge assistant. So hopefully something productive happens there. I mean, he thinks that we're not all tired of this case. We've been tired of this fucking case and your dumb cuck ass this whole time. I mean, if you want to save everyone the hassle, then maybe just drop the case. You know, it's that fucking simple. You know, but don't cry like a bitch when you're the one who's keeping it going. Anyway, that's all I have to say about that for now. I'm going to review some news. Let's talk news, shall we? I will get into the Lindsay Clancy stuff. There's crazy Lindsay Clancy stans out there that are just this is going crazy. I'm going to go over some of the case as well, but not so much that you're going to feel overwhelmed. Let me just say, well, I'll get into that later. So you guys may have heard that Target, they made an apology and they pulled an offensive Halloween costume from their stores for being racist. Yeah, the costume is said to be racist. So this is the costume on the right. It is basically made to well, it's supposed to just be like a clown, right? Like, but the fact that they put a black child in the outfit and it's got like these teeth with on this mouth with the lips, it made people think that it was basically blackface, right? The problem with that is it's actually a black kid inside the costume. So how's it blackface when it's literally a black child that's modeling the clothing off, right? And so you have all these people complaining, I guess, to Target. And so Target removes the costume. They issue an apology. Said, "We pulled an offensive Halloween costume that should never have been part of our assortment. It is no longer for sale. As a company, we got this wrong and we are deeply sorry. We know this is especially hurtful for our Black guests, team members, and partners. Removing the costume is an important first step, and the company is looking closely at how this happened and what needs to change to ensure this won't happen again." So they remove the costume. Here's the thing. My opinion on this is a little bit nuanced, as most intelligent opinions are. So, for one thing, I can totally see the parallels to blackface in this costume, especially because they had a black child model the clothing. The teeth and the lips, they kind of give it away. If those weren't there, I really don't think anyone would be tossing up a fuss about it. But it's because of the mouth specifically that made people pay attention to it. And honestly, I'm shocked that it got past any kind of like quality control at Target. Um, they put it up in their stores digitally, in their stores physically. It somehow they literally they produced the costume. They hired designers presumably to make the costume, to market it, take pictures, had models, had photographers, and at no point, not during like the manufacturing or the assembly line, this whole process did it ever occur to anyone like, hey, does this costume look a little bit racist? Because while I have my opinions about the whole racism angle, I can totally see how people would think that just by looking at the costume. Right. So if you're a company that wants to specifically avoid backlash of any kind, and you want basically when it comes to companies like Target, for example, they need to be as inoffensive as possible. They need to be ultimately marketable to everybody. And so everything has to pass some kind of litmus test, some kind of internal litmus test that everything is appropriate to sell. Correct. Um, if anything can even be construed as offensive, it gets tossed out. So the fact that this made its way past all the sensors at Target. Someone must have been trolling. Someone must have been fucking around over at Target to make this happen. I that's the only thing I can come up with, because no company is this fucking stupid and tone deaf to put this out and not think there's an issue, right? Like I don't know. I don't know how this happened. Now, on the other hand, I think everyone getting offended by this shit is a fucking pussy. They're a soft fucking they're a soft-natured you know, fucking lily-livered fucking coward bitch that gets offended by Halloween costumes. That's the other side of this for me. It's like, I'm not offended, right? Obviously, I don't care one way or the other, but I can see how this could be perceived, right? Just by the general public. And they're gonna, you're gonna have people getting offended by everything out there, just searching for shit to get offended by. And blackface is just one of those things, right? I did see a post on Facebook where everyone looked at the costume, like the initial reactions to this news. People were like, I don't understand. Like, what's so offensive about it? Right? Like, what am I supposed to be offended by? What am I looking at? Is there something wrong with this? Like, I don't get it. There were so many comments saying that. And, it's funny that our culture has moved past this whole representation of blackface, that nobody even knows what to be offended by anymore. Like, this is such an old stereotype, right? This is not something that is culturally relevant now, and it hasn't been for a long, long time. So when you see stuff like this, you're like, oh my God, that's ancient, right? Like who that's that. Yeah, that was weird. What happened 100 years ago, right? This is 100 years ago type shit, And so no one even knows what to be offended by, because it's like it's a product of a bygone era, is what it is. So I just think that was really funny. It looks like MJ. What? How does it look like MJ? What? Anyway, hey Farley. It's so ugly. I remember back in the 90s when they called Donkey Kong racist. Really? They called Donkey Kong racist? I never heard that. Every year people still complain about something. They do. But at the same time, I feel like they were kind of shooting themselves in the foot with this one, right? It was pretty obvious that people were going to get offended by it. It's like, all right. All right. It's like, you can kind of see, and people made like little meme videos and shit that are kind of funny.
Hey, you, pumpkin candle, $5.
Is he with the store?
Oh, I'm with the deals, baby, $5. Candles, cookies, blankets, 5 each. It's fall, y'all. Come dance with these prices. See you at Target. Hey, you.
Oh my God. And people made like dances and stuff. That's pretty funny. Someone put watermelon on one of these.
Oh Lordy, that yummy watermelon makes me dance. If only Mammy could see me now.
That's terrible. Oh my God. That is awful, but still funny. My dad saw no issue with it and bought me the game. Okay. Well, was it the original Donkey Kong? Or which one are you talking about? Donkey Kong Country? People bitch about former PM Justin Trudeau when he was Aladdin. That's true. He did have those offensive costumes. And why did he make Aladdin black? That's something I didn't get. Why make him black? I mean, he wasn't black. He was kind of, tan, right? Okay. So I'm going to go through some of the news here. Oh, KFC, they launched an Oreo chicken burger in China featuring black Oreo flavored buns, fried chicken, and mashed potatoes topped with crushed cookies. Yum! Super Nintendo. Yeah, then you got Donkey Kong Country. You didn't get the original Donkey Kong. Isn't this delicious, guys, to have Oreos on your fucking chicken sandwich? That sounds delicious. See, the Chinese are always doing crazy shit like this. They're always putting like weird things together. A chocolate Oreo bun. And what is that? Like what is this? What is this brown stuff underneath the bun? I'm curious. Like, what is this like some kind of chocolate gravy or something? Like, what am I looking at here? I don't know. Okay. Oh God, Candace Owens. She's just saying all kinds of stupid shit lately.
And it's hard to put that genie back in the Bible because feeling bad is emotional.
Put the genie back in the Bible. Well, I don't remember there. I mean, I didn't read the Bible front to back, but I don't recall there being genies in the Bible. Does anyone remember seeing genies in the Bible? I don't know. It's not really a thing, is it? I mean, correct me if I'm wrong. I'm not like a Bible thumper, so you guys are gonna have to correct me on this. Let's see. Oh God, this lady. Let's go on to the Lindsay Clancy stuff. That seems to be what people want to talk about. I think she's playing a character. Who? Candace Owens? No, that's just how she is. She is grifting, but that is her. She meant genies in a bottle. Well, yeah, she meant genies in a bottle, but she said it wrong. Anyway, so the Lindsay Clancy supporters have gone off the deep end, just completely, right? And this lady is telling us to not think of the kids as people. She literally wants to dehumanize the children.
Stop thinking about these kids as people and think about them as ceramic vases for just 1 second.
We have to think about them as ceramic vases, objects, guys. You know, don't objectify women. Don't diminish women's struggles. Don't, what do we get told, right, on a regular basis not to do when it comes to women? Don't diminish their trauma. Respect their stories and their past and all that stuff, right? We have to basically coddle women like they're children. But when it comes to actual literal children who literally got murdered by their own mother, we have to dehumanize them and think of them as objects for the sake of this metaphor. Now, I'm going to keep this simple for you guys. She's saying this because she's trying to compare the children to priceless objects in a museum. And she's basically saying that Lindsay Clancy, she was like, I don't know, drunk out of her mind, and she accidentally knocked over the vases, and then they got destroyed, and then she's like, oh no, I can't believe I knocked over the vase. Like, that's the metaphor she's trying to set up here. It's a really retarded analogy for this circumstance, for this situation. And it really, I think, she's trying to remove accountability from Lindsay Clancy at the bottom. At the end of the day, that's really what this is about. It's trying to make you think, well, these aren't even really people, right? It's just something that happened, it's not even, you know what I mean? Like, that's what she's saying. Here, I'll let her continue.
Okay?
How about no? I will not be gaslit into dehumanizing the 3 innocent victims while also being asked to humanize the perpetrator, Lindsay Clancy, into being the victim. This kind of manipulation and gaslighting is equitable to female witchcraft.
I think it is a form of witchcraft. And if you look at a lot of these women advocating for Lindsay Clancy, a lot of them are practicers of witchcraft. Here's a prime example. We have one person who I've interacted with on this platform. What's her face again? So at the cemetery wearing pink and telling the ghost what Patrick did, right? This is the kind of stuff that is out here, right? This is what this is not like made up. Like, these women are legitimately trying to advocate for Lindsay Clancy. You have this person who's trying to come up with some kind of divine feminine frequency coming through. It's Lindsay Clancy being protected or something.
Me and the devil.
So I guess that big white line, the yellow white line is some kind of divine feminine. Or is that the feminine? Is that the god-like feminine frequency? I don't know.
Walking side by side.
Wait, whoa. Hold on a second here. What do we say? What is this trying to say? Is the thyroid gland represented by the waves, the sound waves?
Side by side.
It's the thyroid gland? What? What? What am I even looking at? These people are fucking nuts. Fucking crazy. Yeah, that's Dana Kane. That's because they themselves are demons. No, they're human. They're just fucking insane. Someone made a meme saying this is the best possible end result of the Lindsay Clancy case.
Bye-bye, bitch.
Oh, poor Lindsay Clancy. Poor bitch. Let's look at some of these chicks on here. Whoops, what did I do? What did I do? When you have to take care of your 3 kids, clean the house, cook, do laundry, be alone all day, every day with no human interaction, never being able to go out with your spouse because no babysitter, and it's just the same day every day in the same 4 walls for the rest of your life. Oh my God. Another chick who shouldn't be a mother. Give your kids up for adoption then, if this is how you feel. My God. There's so many like women that hate being mothers online. It's crazy. This is your typical Lindsay Clancy fan.
I want to scream. I want to shout. I want to let it all out. I want to scream. I want to shout.
I'm sorry, that blew your ears out, guys. Because that's it's no bueno. We can move on from her. Yeah. There's just lots of these types of women on here, unfortunately.
My new vetting process for if I want to date a man, first date question I'm always going to be asking him is, do you think that Lindsay Clancy should go to jail for what she did?
Absolutely, she should. She should be held accountable for her actions because it was premeditated. She had Google searches that prove that she was looking up things like, can a sociopath be cured? She told Patrick to go out for the exact amount of time she needed to do the acts. She only heard the voices once Patrick literally closed the door and went to go, complete his errands. And then the voices that Lindsay Clancy supposedly heard immediately stopped when she finished the acts, right? When she murdered her children. So that doesn't really happen. I don't understand how anyone can think Patrick did this or to think that Lindsay Clancy's not guilty. Unless you're just deliberately ignoring the facts of the case. If that's the case, then sure, I could see how you could think, retarded thoughts because you don't pay attention.
And if that man says yes, I'm getting up and walking out right then and there. I cannot spend
Good. Remove yourself from the gene pool. Hopefully men are going to take a stand, because there's lots of men that are choosing not to date these Lindsay Clancy supporting harpies, and they're choosing to remove them as options from the dating pool, right? And the gene pool. So I think it's very smart of men to do.
the rest of my life with someone who thinks that that woman is guilty and deserves jail. My new vetting process for if
Yeah, she does deserve jail. Sorry to tell you. I wonder if I have I know I have a post somewhere saved where people actually dumped their girlfriend, like men actually dumped their girlfriends for supporting Lindsay Clancy, which is great. I think that's amazing. As finally, men are taking a stand on something when it comes to women. There's so many goddamn fucking simps out there that literally just let women get away with murder, like literally, like literally get away with murder. And it's it's unacceptable in my opinion. Let's see. Where the fuck? Okay, here's one. So this was, I guess, on Reddit or something. My boyfriend of 4 years baited me into forming an opinion on the Lindsay Clancy case, and now we're no longer together. Aww. Poor girl. Poor girl. Oh, you're sad that a man took a stand for once and didn't give you what you wanted. My boyfriend of 4 years first introduced the case to me about a week ago, asking me my opinion of it. I am incredibly busy, so I've not been online enough to have heard of it. I told him as much. A few days later, he asks again. I tell him again, I don't have enough information to form a well-informed opinion. But this time, I offered to hop on the phone and have him tell me the facts as he understands them, and that I will formulate a limited opinion based on those facts. That's what we did, and I gave my opinion that I believe if she is found to have had a mental psychological impairment, that she should be placed in an institution to receive the help she needs for however long is normal for mentally incapacitated people that commit crimes. He said he needed to think about that. A week later, he texted me asking for clarification in my stance. I reiterated what I said. He then went on to say he needs to mull over whether he wants to have kids with someone like me. I am going to be completely honest in saying I had never even heard of the case until he pressured me about it. But now that I've done a little research after the fact, I have since learned that men all around the nation are using this as a test to determine whether they remain with their girlfriends/wives. What the fuck is going on? I'm sad that he fell victim to this insanity, but also I am gravely alarmed that he fell victim to this. Okay, so she frames it as he's the one who's falling victim and being, I guess, manipulated by this news story, and it's all him. It's his fault, right? It's not her that's thinking about the case wrong, or she's not mistaken. It's on him. She says, edit, another woman just posted her experience with her boyfriend testing her about this case. Ladies, if you experience this, believe me when I say that they will realize they were behaving hysterically and got caught up in the movement, and they will try to come back. Do not let them. This is absurd. I hope the guy doesn't come back. I sincerely hope this dude doesn't come back. It is a fair question. That girl in the green still gives me the creeps. Yeah, we're going to go over her soon, too. Here's an article discussing more about this phenomenon. That said, I'm checking out for now. I never wanted any of this. In fact, I did my best to avoid all this. I resent my ex for dragging me into this and derailing my life for the last 72 hours. I just want to move on. Well, hopefully you can move on and find yourself a good old beta simp who will agree with you that women should not be held accountable for their crimes, especially murdering innocent children. Now, I will say that this woman in particular probably has a more conservative stance than I've seen most women, in this variety take. But I don't feel sorry for her. I don't, because women have left men for much less. Let's be real. Let's be honest about it. I don't care. I don't give a shit. Let's see here. Okay, you got these dumb bitches. Now, this is a really dumb bitch, right? The typical ones that are going around saying Patrick Clancy is guilty, that he murdered his own kids or whatever. So this person is saying, in my opinion, Patrick Clancy saw himself as better than the woman he married and the children they had had. He was mingling with high rollers at the yacht club via his doctor mistress in New York. Her family were connected with the Bronfmans. I don't even know how to fucking say that. And other New York elite, and he started to see himself as a high roller. Where the fuck does she even get this information? I believe this is why he hatched a plan to delete his old family, frame his wife's postpartum for it, and start again. What he didn't account for was Lindsay living and there being a trial. This sort of narcissistic arrogance is a common driver of family annihilators. We saw the same with Chris Watts. He got fit and in shape, met a mistress who was as appearance focused, and suddenly he saw himself as better than the woman he'd married. The Clancy case is so unique, and is no wonder it's dividing the world. But one thing we can be sure of is this: the truth will come out in the end. So this woman's a dumb bitch. Again, just trying to blame a man for what a woman did. And, the classic narcissist argument. You're just a narcissist. It's like a typical argument that you see. And it's just bullshit. Comparing him to Chris Watts. I mean, if there was any evidence that Patrick Clancy murdered his own children, why wasn't he charged? How come there was no evidence to charge and convict Patrick? Like, where are they coming up with this shit? Like, look at this. This is their evidence. He sighs with disdain, rolls his eyes, and glares at the attorney. Oh, glaring. Ooh, there's the proof. There it is. There's the evidence that he did it. He glared at the attorney. Ooh. Listen, this guy had his children murdered by his own wife. I don't think he's very fucking happy to be there. Dumb fucking whore. Hey, Chrissy, welcome. Yeah. We just got these dumb bitches out here. Oh, here's a good one. For those who really think that Lindsay Clancy is innocent, you know what the first thing she did was when she woke up in the hospital after murdering her children? She wanted to see an officer at her side, right? And she demanded an attorney and refused to talk. Now, if she was under psychosis at the time of the murders and didn't know what the hell she was doing, and let's say, for the sake of argument, she wasn't lucid or couldn't speak at the, when she jumped out the window and was paralyzed, right? Someone said that Patrick, said that she told them that they were upstairs or one was in the basement or something. Well, we don't know, right? We don't know that for a fact. But let's just say that she was grumbling or whatever, which means she wasn't lucid. She wasn't able to really communicate, right? And someone with psychosis who didn't know what they were doing, and let's presumably say that she was under psychosis even when she jumped out the window, right? What's the first thing she would do when she got out, when she woke up in the hospital? She'd ask, what the fuck's going on? What happened? Where's my children? That's what she would be saying, right? If she wasn't aware of what she was doing. She was clearly, cognizantly aware of what she was doing. Here's the other thing. With this whole command thing, where she receives a command prompt from like a male voice in her head that told her to murder her children. Did you guys know that people under these delusions, these auditory hallucinations, they can choose to ignore them? Yeah, they can choose to ignore the voices. They don't have to listen. They're not enslaved to like the voice and have to carry out whatever it says to do. You can choose to ignore it. And the only time she ever heard a voice in her head was when Patrick slammed the door to do his fucking errands by getting, you know, food at the restaurant and going to the pharmacy, the CVS or whatever, right? The Walgreens, whatever the fuck it was. And then the voice the activated as soon as he closed the door. Then she carried out the murders, which she Googled beforehand. She Googled the distance and how long it would take, the whole trip, Patrick's whole trip to get the food and the pharmacy stuff. She literally calculated how long it would take so she would know how long she, you know, time frame she would have to carry out the acts. You know, clearly not premeditated, right? And then as soon as she completed the acts, the voices stopped, right? The command voice, it just went silent. Now, something very interesting that one of the psychologists said, he said that committing the acts that you're instructed to carry out when you're having one of these auditory hallucinations is not curative of the hallucinations. You know what that means? It means that just because you carried out the acts, it doesn't automatically shut off the voices in your head. And yet, what Lindsay Clancy says is that that's exactly what happened. So, I mean, are we to believe that this voice just turned on for like 10 minutes and then went away? That's ridiculous. You can have psychosis for, you know, days, weeks, right? Months, maybe. But 5 fucking minutes? Come on. Who is dumb enough to believe that? Seriously, I have to ask, who is dumb enough to believe that shit? It was definitely planned. There's more than enough evidence to go around for this case. Like, all you have to do is just look up the facts, okay? Look up the facts. What did she Google? The psychological explanations that the psychologists give in court as they testify, right? They give all these like explanations for things. All you have to do is just listen. How does it add up that this was not done purposefully? And I know that this is not a drama stream or whatever, but I still think this is pretty good content. So people should appreciate that. Yeah, she is a danger. She should be locked up for life regardless. I missed that part where she refused to talk. Yep, that answers a lot. I'm still pissed off about the investigation, though. Well, there's a couple of things that are a bit confusing about the investigation, like the fact that not like Lindsay's DNA was not found, like not even hair strands at the scene of the crime, or at least that wasn't mentioned as part of the court transcripts or whatever. Which to me is weird. It's like, if she carried out the acts, wouldn't there be like hair follicles and stuff like that? Especially if she has long hair. But I don't know. It doesn't mean she didn't do it. She worked very hard killing her children with her exercise bands. Yeah, and it takes real effort. It wasn't just a crime of passion where she just decided, like, you know, in a fit of rage or whatever, to like, you know, strangle her kids. You literally had to sit there for like 4 minutes and strangle each child one by one. And then she chased the third child up to her husband's office to kill him there. I mean, does that really sound like someone who is not fully aware of what they're doing and in full awareness of their faculties, in possession of their faculties? She said she heard voices to try and get away from it. I just don't understand how she done everything all in that short amount of time. Apparently she did, though. But see, this is what it is, Taco. It's her trying to defend that she was insane at the time so that she will get a lighter sentence. Because if you're insane, if you're not guilty by reason of insanity, then you get a lesser sentence. So there's a very real strategic reason for why this argument is being made in court, right? And why there's no documented evidence of her having a command voice before that moment, right? She never said anything to doctors before about a command voice. She did say to Patrick and her mother that she had thoughts of harming her children. But that's not the same thing as saying I have a voice in my head telling me to harm my children. That's not the same thing. So which is it? Did she just have thoughts of harming her children, or did a voice in her head completely separate to her, like schizophrenia level, tell her to commit the acts? And only at the moment that Patrick left the house? Very convenient. Yeah, lock her up with her exercise bands. Well, yeah, and I think the defense knows that it's bogus. I think the defense knows, and that's why they're, this guy, this Reddington guy, Kevin Reddington, the defense attorney that was hired to defend her in court. He's pretty ridiculous, if I'm gonna be real with y'all. He makes a complete mockery of the entire court and this entire trial. Everything is about it. It's literally the red trial. It's all surrounding him. You have all these psychological experts that he's trying to basically clown while they're on the witness stand. And these experts are just telling the facts. And he's getting very impatient, and he's getting very bitchy and very just like having an attitude, with these psychologists, and it's just ridiculous.
Witnesses is testifying ahead of closing arguments that are expected later this week. The defense rested its case on Friday.
Lock her
Lindsay
up.
Clancy's lawyers argued
Hey,
she
Ann.
was suffering from postpartum psychosis when she killed her 3 young children in January of 2023. On that day, Lindsay played with them in the snow, called a pharmacy about their medicine, and ordered takeout. Her husband, Patrick, then left their home to pick up the items, briefly calling Lindsay to confirm the specific medication. He came home to find her injured in the backyard after jumping from a window, and the children strangled in the basement. Nate Foy is outside the court there in Plymouth, Massachusetts. He's got more details on that for us. Nate?
Hey, Sandra.
The youngest was 8 months old. I mean, how do you strangle an 8-month-old?
Just in the past few minutes, the testimony from forensic psychiatrist Dr. Avram Mack just ended, so the trial is in a brief break right now. But during his testimony...
Well, yes, postpartum can be anywhere from like 4 weeks to like 8 weeks, but it can last up to as long as a year, apparently.
Dr. Mack said that he believes that Clancy suffered a major depressive episode in the months leading up to the killings of her 3 young children, while Kevin Reddington, the lawyer for Clancy, attempted to question his level of expertise regarding postpartum psychosis.
Are you familiar with postpartum psychosis, sir? Yes or no?
I'm familiar with a proposed diagnostic entity called postpartum psychosis. And
by the way, postpartum psychosis happens like 0.2% of like every postpartum depressive mother. It's a very, very rare event. And it's even like the more things you stack on top of it. Hold on, I saw a really good post about this earlier. Let me see if I can find it. Because this was a good post that I saw. Where is it? I'm gonna find it. Okay, here we go. Listen to this. Listen to this. If you get convinced by nothing else, listen to this shit, okay? To believe Lindsay Clancy's defense, you'd have to believe she had all of these rare occurrences all at once. Suicidal ideation or increased anxiety on Seroquel, 2% of patients. Psychosis or mania caused by SSRIs, 2% of patients. Postpartum psychosis, -1% of mothers. Postpartum psychosis after week 2 of birth, less than 0.04% of new mothers. Postpartum depression 8 to 10 months after birth, 7% of women. One single instance of command hallucination, so rare, there is not even a percentage for it. Statistically improbable. In order to believe Lindsay's defense, you'd have to literally bend logic back so far to literally go into fucking outer space and climb through a fucking wormhole into an alternate universe to reach such a statistical probability of this actually happening. I mean, you have to really put it all together in your head and be like, wow, this is very improbable, you know, for this shit to happen. Mine lasted 2 years. Also, another thing I wanted to mention, how in the hell did she function with so much Seroquel in her system? I don't know. Not a doctor. I had a low dose and it put me on my ass and took all day to wear off. Yeah. I had a postpartum depression. It was bad. Luckily, it only lasted 2 weeks and never once did I think of killing anyone. Yeah, and it's a very rare occurrence. Very rare. It's not something that happens at a high rate. Me too. I get really, and it's like, dude, just let him answer the fucking question. Like, the guy was interrupting every chance he got, and it's like, what are you so impatient for, dude? Let the guy fucking answer. You'll get your fucking turn. It's literally it's the Red show. Okay, you get to say whatever the fuck you want. Apparently, the judge doesn't even care when he's being mouthy or rude or whatever, right? Then you got dumb bitches like Brittany Romano, who are literally smirking and winking at the fucking camera in court. Where is this? I have a video of this bitch somewhere. Where is this bitch? Hold on. Look at this bitch. There's a whole bunch of drama surrounding her because she was actually like hired to be part of this like documenting this case. And apparently she knew Lindsay Clancy from when they were children. Like they were like, you know, grew up in like the same neighborhood or whatever. Which is like weird that she's even there, but she's also hired to do like a writing piece or whatever for the thing. Nuts. It's crazy. Where is this lady? Did I only have one of those? I think I only had one of those type of videos. Is this the best we're gonna get? Is this the best we're gonna get? God damn it. Here, let's Brittany Romano. Let's look this up real quick to find that exact video. Okay, here it is. This is the video. Look at this stupid shit. It's hard to see on this. Hold on. Is this better? This is a better video. Come on. Can you get me a better fucking video of this shit? Because I'm getting annoyed now. Okay. So she does like this weird like wink at the camera because it's like literally just like panning around the room at the witnesses. And look at these fucking dumbass bitches like smiling. You got this bitch over here peeking out like fun times. And then you got Brittany Romano's dumbass. She's literally a reporter. She had like a press pass and everything, right? And she's smiling like a fucking like fangirl. And then also the girl on the right, which you can hardly see in this fucking cropped ass video. Like, where the fuck is the real video? Getting fucking annoyed. Here it is. Okay. Thank you. God. Stop cropping your fucking videos. Dumb bitches. So look at this. Look at these twats on the right here. They're like all smiles. Like, yeah, this is fun. Go, Lindsay, go. Yeah. We're all friends here. Yay. Fuck you, twats. Look at these fucking dumb bitches. And she's like winking, doing this weird, like, I don't know, this like cheerleader fucking look or whatever. Look, these fangirls even took a picture with the defense attorney, this red guy that I was just talking shit about because he's annoying as fuck. Like they're like fangirls, like, yay, Hey, Red. Get him, Red. Yeah. You get those psychologists. You teach them a lesson or two. Yeah. They're bad. Fucking dumb as fuck. After that, I got told by the school to get off it. But yeah, at least tried. Freaked me the fuck out. It was bad. The second, also depressed beforehand. I had bad paranoia with insomnia. Then when I started getting sleep, I was reenacting my dreams. I ended up walking down the road. Damn. That's crazy. Yeah. What gets me is that she was a nurse. Out of anyone, she should have known that playing around with psychiatric meds and doctor shopping is incredibly dangerous. Right. She knew better. She knew better. I think that's ultimately what gets it for me is like, she was a nurse. She knew like what mixing medications would do. And her story on top of that is just unbelievable as fuck. Right. So it's like, it's really hard to see, you know, where she was just completely innocent and having like 5 minutes of being psychotic. That's really not enough for me to be like, okay, she didn't know what she was doing. If she had like a history of psychiatric symptoms where she was clearly psychotic and didn't know right from wrong and didn't know what fucking planet she was on, okay, maybe then I would be like, okay, she's clearly a nutball, right? But this bitch knew what she was doing. It's just it's a fucking show. It's a clown show that they're putting on. It's all just like theatrics. They're trying to like get like as much press about this because Red wants to do like a civil suit so that he can sue later on, right? I don't know who I think he wants to sue like Big Pharma or something. Hey, Mr. Sardine. She's probably wild in bed. She's completely guilty. Completely fucking guilty. Exactly, Gloria. Thank you so much to Anne for the $10. Let me add that to the fund here. Can we get up to 100 today, folks? Can we get up to 100 today? I don't know. I would like to get up to 100. I would feel better about myself. I would feel happy. I feel ecstatic. I feel like a new man. Yeah. Anyway, so let's get back to this Brittany Romano person because she got fired. Okay. She got fired from her job and she worked for Vanity Fair, right? This bitch got a job at Vanity Fair. Probably like fucking, by the way, that's not a fucking wink. That's like what a retard thinks is a wink. Look at this. You think that's a wink? What are you doing with your eyes? If you're going to wink, like do it right. She's trying to like flirt with the camera. Like, yeah. What is that? That's not a fuck. You got to like keep one eye open before you wink, dumb shit. And what's fun, this whole display that she did, it literally cost her her job, which I think is fucking hilarious. I think it's great. This got retweeted so many fucking times, right? That Variety had no choice but to drop her completely on her fat fucking ass. Vanity Fair drops journalist after she grins and winks at camera during Lindsay Clancy murder trial. You're not cute, bitch. You ain't fucking cute. And now you got fired. You got sacked over clear conflicts with our editorial standards and processes. Fired, bitch. You're fucking fired. Dumbass. I think that's hilarious. This is what Vanity Fair said. We were interested in the prospect of a personal essay by Brittany Romano about her experience growing up with Lindsay. Yesterday, after clear conflicts with our editorial standards and processes, we informed Romano that we were not moving forward with her essay and informed the court that she is no longer credentialed by Vanity Fair. What a dumb bitch. Oh, man, that's hilarious. Vanity Fair, you win. You fucking win. For big corporate entities, you win over Target today. I think that's hilarious. Anyone think that's hilarious? I think it's great. I think it's amazing. So this is a matter of being locked up in jail or a mental hospital. Any chance for just walking? I don't think there's a chance of her just walking. I'll show y'all the possibilities here. Okay. Look at this bit. Look at this fucking. That's a bad picture. I'm sorry. This is a bad photo. Oof. Woof. Woof. Oh my god. I'm gonna show you some shit. Oh, and she cried. She literally she got triggered on social media when people were calling her out. There's so much good shit here.
Hi. I'm coming for you. Me? Yes. Everybody in my live is trying to find a green dress girl. That's me. Is that her? Is this me? Do you mind answering a question for my live? Oh, Reddington's here too. They're looking for your name. So people were saying that you to the camera. Did you know you did that and why?
Well, no, I was laughing because I grew up with Lindsay.
You did?
Yeah. So
Yeah, you grew up with Lindsay and you were winking to the camera trying to be fucking cute. Like it was all fun times. 3 children are dead. You dumb bitch. You're trying to use this as a chance to grift.
She looks at me and I look at her and I'm like, but it wasn't that. My dad had saw previously on Court TV and he said I looked bad. So I was like giggling.
Are you
know what I mean?
serious?
Ugh, you do look bad. You look fucking horrible and you lost your fucking job. You deserve it. You dumb cunt. You deserve it. I hope you lose your fucking whole ass job doing all this stuff forever and ever and ever. Look at this shit. Look at these comments. So someone left a comment on her photo on Instagram saying, did you get all the attention you were desperately looking for during a murder trial for children or no? Someone answered saying, I was thinking the same thing. You know, she's eating this up. And she says, you're a fucking loser. And she's told them to jump off a bridge. Oh my God. Triggered. And then someone says, why are you continuing to tell people to go unalive themselves? Someone else said, please remove yourself from the trial. You're beyond unprofessional, lack awareness to your surroundings, and are unsympathetic to the triple homicide trial. Being in court isn't for everyone. She told them to jump off a cliff. Someone answered, time to give a PR training course before you fire her. And she tagged Vanity Fair. The comments back are just as wild as the behavior in the courtroom. Telling someone to go unalive themselves now, too. Telling me to jump off a cliff is wild. LMFAO. Oh, my God. Get you the help you so badly need, please. Oh, my God. Hilarious. Triggered. Ugh. I love a good triggering. And this bitch got triggered to fucking hell. What was I looking for before? I know I had something to look at here. What are the prospects here? Okay, here it is. All right, you ready? This is what's likely going to happen tomorrow. So the judge decided that he will give a manslaughter instruction to the jury tomorrow. This means the jury could now find Lindsay Clancy guilty of murder or guilty of a lesser manslaughter charge or not guilty by reason of insanity due to postpartum psychosis. Basically, if the jury still wants to hold Lindsay criminally responsible for killing her kids, but doesn't feel the Commonwealth proved their murder case beyond a reasonable doubt, they now have a much lesser option for conviction that would have significantly less prison time. So I don't think that they're going to rule not guilty by reason of insanity, because that just seems like very far-fetched, unless the jury's just fucking retarded and didn't listen to any of the psychologists give the facts of the case, that she knew what she was doing. She knew that it was wrong and she did it anyway. Right. So it's either going to be guilty of murder or guilty of manslaughter. And since the judge is recommending manslaughter, I mean, it could go that direction. I don't know. But I mean, I don't know. It doesn't look good when it's when you want to this woman should be locked up for life, right? But I think because this defense attorney has spun this whole web of distractions when it comes to this whole psychosis thing and making it like a central part of the case, it's basically confusing the jury, like, well, you know, she had psychosis when she did it, so blah, blah, blah. But if you really look into the case and you really examine the facts, right, a lot of shit just doesn't add up. So hopefully the jury is just brutal as fuck and gives their murder sentence, and it's not like a crazy thing where it's just like, okay, innocent. Like, no, let's not fucking do that. Maybe it was the cameraman. True psychosis doesn't involve premonition. Premeditation is what you're trying to say? Right. It doesn't involve that. And clearly there was premeditation with the murders. Is the husband defending her? No. He got called to the witness stand and told his, you know, what happened. But I did hear a rumor that he's the one who retained Reddington, her defense attorney. I don't know how true that is, but he's been very cooperative in general with like the police and everyone. So I don't think anyone's going after Patrick except for these dumbass bitches online that are saying he's guilty. But yeah, manslaughter for strangling 3 children is wild. Yeah, the Casey Anthony jurors were idiots. Yeah, and see, and this is 3 children. This is 3 children. Yeah, the husband remarried. So fucking what? Let him have you know, some semblance of a life. Okay, now I'm going to play this clip. I heard a lot about this, but I haven't heard it yet.
They should be commended because they did.
Please. I've had it with you.
Oh my God! They
And
should be
your
commended. They
sexism
didn't
and
kill their children. She's a murderer. These women are cheering. These are man-hating women that are standing outside. This is what it's about. They think the husband did it. They're crazy. They've lost their mind.
Do you know why
they're waving for a murderer?
Do you know why the woman is in a wheelchair? Did you even notice that she's
couldn't care less. She's a murderer.
She's in a wheelchair because she chose to jump out the window because she'd have to explain in court that she was crazy.
Because she jumped out the window after this happened.
So she should have. I'd have pushed her. They say that Lindsay was in psychosis. I think these women are suffering from psychosis. They've been watching too many true crime Netflix dramas.
Yep.
You know, this was a
Yep, they have been. They've been watching too much fucking true crime. You goddamn dumbass true crime Karens out there. You're watching too much fucking A&E or your true crime networks and shit. You think everyone thinks a conspiracy. You think everything's like a whole like, oh, it must have been the husband who did it. Like, no, it's pretty fucking obvious who did it.
Incredibly privileged woman, incredibly wealthy. She had a nanny, and she's still complaining that she needed.
Exactly. She had a nanny. She was well-to-do. She had a fucking 2-story fucking house. How many people have a 2-story fucking house? I mean, they made serious fucking. This woman was overprivileged. They had 3 kids. They went skiing. They did all kinds of fun shit. I'm supposed to feel sorry for her?
Help. She could not have got more help from the system that she already have received. This is a murderer who strangled her children one by one. One of the boys ran away and she chased him down and killed him.
Laurie Watkins.
What you just said was absolutely disgusting.
Thank you.
You should be ashamed of yourself.
Thank you.
And you can hear that he's.
Whenever a woman says that, that's how you know you're right. Look at it. He's very satisfied with it. It's like, yes, thank you. Thank you. I mean, this woman she was tired of being a mother, and that's why she killed her children, right? Straight up. She killed her children because she didn't want to be a mother anymore. And that's the end of it.
Not. Okay?
Why? Because it's true.
You clearly don't care, so pipe down.
I don't care. And by the way, men.
No, he doesn't care about random dumb bitches' feelings on the internet that are saying Patrick did it. They're literally the defense, Lindsay Clancy, the judge, Patrick, everyone says Lindsay did it. But the internet, you know, fucking wine moms were like, Patrick did it. Like, shut the fuck up.
Not watching this, if you have a woman sat next to you on the sofa who is defending this murderer, you got to think deeply about this. I've seen weddings.
So we need to have some empathy.
Yeah.
Talk to your women and find out what are they thinking. They're
Exactly. The kids were interfering in her fun lifestyle. She was trying to make videos and stuff, trying to become like a workout mommy, you know, showing off her fucking glutes for the internet. And the kid just wouldn't let her do that. So had to get rid of him. Yep, she chased her child down because the other one escaped. You know, she had 2 down, 1 to go. So she had to go get it to complete it.
Defending this woman, it's
I don't think
insane.
anybody's defending what she did, but you can have empathy for what she went through.
Why don't you have empathy for those children that were murdered, you dumb, psychotic bitch?
I know many women that this has happened to. No, they did not.
No, you don't. You do not know many women that have murdered their children because of some postpartum. Shut the fuck up.
Kill their children, but they also...
You know what all this is doing is? This is stigmatizing postpartum depression and making it seem like a murder disease that women can contract once they get pregnant. And once they, like, literally, I didn't know anything about postpartum really before this case. Now I'm thinking, oh my God, this postpartum shit is serious business. Apparently, you could become a fucking child murderer at any time. Literally, you just like fucking, what's it called? They turn on a switch. And like what is it? What are those old experiments they did back in the 50s? MK Ultra experiments. They literally just turn on a switch and then you just turn into a child murderer at any point. That's fucking terrifying. That's fucking stigmatizing this whole like postpartum thing. It's making everyone think, oh, this is fucking bullshit. But that's not what the case. That's not the case. Postpartum doesn't turn you into a child murderer. Give me a fucking break. But that's what you're making people think now.
Well, you failed to.
Well, they should be commended because they did.
I've had it.
Be quiet.
Oh my God, they should be commended. They
triggered.
Gonna kill their children. She's a murderer. These women are cheering.
I'm done.
Wasn't that what Andrea Yates had? She, let's see. Yes, she had exhibited severe postpartum depression and postpartum psychosis and schizophrenia in the years leading up to the murders. So this is important. This is an important distinction here, right? At no point was Lindsay Clancy diagnosed with postpartum depression or postpartum psychosis by her doctors or schizophrenia. She was diagnosed with general anxiety and bipolar and I guess depressive symptoms, right? And that's it. That's all she had. But with Andrea Yates, she actually did have these diagnoses leading up to the murders of her child, right? So to me, this is like, I think they just wanted to copy this case. I think that's what they did. They're like fucking the Redding guy or the Reddington guy, the defense attorney. He looked at this case and was like, we're just going to take the Andrea Yates defense, right? And say you had postpartum psychosis. That'll get you out of this, right? I think that's what they did. I think that's what they did. She did have it, Bill. Bill's wrong again. But yeah. She drowned her 5 children in their bathtub in June 20th, 2001. Crazy. I didn't look too much up on the Andrea Yates case, if you can't tell. But I think maybe they just kind of tried to copy that case as a defense. Yeah, I know, Wendy. I just looked it up. Fuck. Andrea was convicted and went to prison. New trial found her mentally insane. See? And that's what I think they were trying to do. I think they were trying to like just copy that strategy over to Lindsay Clancy. But Lindsay Clancy was never diagnosed with postpartum psychosis or depression leading up to the murders of her children. So big difference. I typed before I said it. Well, maybe don't type it at all. Just let me find out myself. One thing I can say in Lindsay's defense is that she warned her husband and mother ahead of time. I don't think she quite, warned her husband, like, hey, I'm going to kill the kids. I don't think she was quite doing that. But, I mean, obviously they were trying to get her help, and she said that she had these thoughts of harming the children, which she should have been locked up at that point. In my opinion, I think they should have done more. But at least they were taking her to the doctor. They were trying to get her medicated on the right stuff. And maybe they thought the thoughts would just go away. Right. I think that's probably what they thought. Like, it'll just go away. Or postpartum is not going to last. It doesn't last that long. They did not see this as something that was going to last a long time. The doctor gave her something he shouldn't have too. Well, that's not for you to say, Bill, but there were adverse drug effects found when she went to the hospital. That was one of the reasons they let her go, because of the adverse drug effects. But anyway, yeah, that's pretty much. I mean, I could show more, but there's not really a big crowd here tonight. So, what's the point of wasting my voice? But anyway, I appreciate everyone who showed up and participated in the stream. Maybe I'll do a stream at some point that more people like, Yep. Have a good night, everyone. Thanks for coming. See y'all next time.